Welcome to this edition of Dufferin Life. I'm your host, Tina Avery. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so excited. I mean, I do have two guests here, but one is like made me so excited I can barely contain myself. So I would like to introduce you to Shannon and Mika from the Orangeville, Ontario SPCA. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
Mika is the one here,
Yeah.
the lovely furry little baby that's here.
We got the good spot.
Yeah. we figured that maybe we could just sit here and pet him the entire segment, and you guys would be okay with that. He's so adorable. But yes, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for having us.
And we're here to talk about the sweetest day of the year. So I'm going to let you explain what that is.
Absolutely. So the sweetest day of the year is our Cupcake Day fundraiser, which will be on February 24th this year. And it's just an amazing fundraiser we run every year to help animals in need, just like this guy right here.
Wonderful. So what is the basis of Cupcake Day? How do people participate?
Yeah, so all you have to do is go to cupcakeday.ca and you can register your own personal fundraising page. And then from there, it's sky's the limits on whatever you want to do to help out. The main gist of it is making a cupcake or any sweet treat and then hosting either like a cupcake day party and getting all your friends and family around to enjoy some cupcakes and raise some funds for furry friends.
That's absolutely amazing. I can't even stop looking at him. I'm just like, I don't. I mean, Shannon was like, can I? I'm like, absolutely. You can bring any little furry creature onto the show that you like. And he's being such a good boy.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what happens? So how do people raise the money? So if you have a cupcake party, is the idea that people are buying the cupcakes that you're making, or are they kind of sponsoring, or how does it work?
Yeah, so it's really whatever you want to do. You can be as creative with it as you like. You can bring some cupcakes into work. If you have maybe like two children on two different sport teams, maybe putting those teams together in a friendly competition to see who can raise the most cupcakes, things like that.
Yeah, okay. So sky's the limit, as Shannon says, that you can definitely look at different ways. Maybe, maybe at work you're doing a competition with your coworkers, who makes the best cupcake, and you bid on it or whatever you're going to do. Yeah. But we know, and those funds are going and staying at the Orangeville, Ontario
Yeah,
SPCA.
so you can actually designate whether you want it to go to province-wide Ontario SPCA or if you want to keep it local to your local Ontario SPCA. So for here, it would be the Ontario SPCA Orangeville and District Animal Centre.
Yeah, which is great, which is part of her title, and I just couldn't fit it all in. So sometimes it's just easier to shorten it.
It
and
can
that
be
sort
a
of thing.
mouthful.
So I mean, this is up to you. You have time to go online and register, and then from there you can do the team thing. You can do the family thing. Have a cupcake party. Who doesn't like cupcakes? Like, come on. Like,
you can even do a cupcake party and do it just for your furry friends.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't even think about that. But I mean, I know years ago, actually, we've had people that have come on the show to talk about Cupcake Day. And we've talked about different things. It's all good. So Mika's decided to take a tour of the studio. He'll be back shortly. But there's different ways that you can definitely do it. And it's a lot of fun. And you can be as creative as you want to be. But I know back then there were some local bakeries that were actually making cupcakes with, for human consumption with like bones on them or, whatever it happens to be. But yeah, why not have a pupcake party? Invite your friends and invite their pups and then get them some puppy treats too. And,
exactly.
It's all going to a very good cause. So let's talk a little bit about just the general adoption process.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to see Mika on here and you're going to be like, I want Mika to be in my house. I want Mika to be in my house, but my other puppy probably wouldn't like it so much. But let's talk about when somebody's looking, what are their first steps if they've decided that they want a pet?
Well, first things first, definitely do your research. Make sure you're prepared and you know kind of what's expected when adding an additional family member into your home. But you can give us a call, give us an email, check out our website at ontariospca.ca/Orangeville to check out any of the animals we have available for adoption. Or you can come right by, give us a visit, and see all the animals like Mika that are ready for adoption. And then from there, we'll help you with the process, make sure you're a great match for the animal you're looking at, and we'll go from there.
And that's really important too, isn't it? Like to have that match. Like it's, I mean, I think some people are like, I'm going to go out for Christmas and buy a dog, and then they really don't think about the animal that they've purchased, and if you know, and animals have their own personalities, right?
They
Like,
do.
yeah. And yours is adorable.
Yes.
But so let's talk about how do you help them with the matching process? Like, is it just a matter of
So it depends on a lot of factors. Personality is one of them, and then the lifestyle is a big one as well. If you kind of are living in a smaller apartment, something like that, you wouldn't really want a big guy like this roaming around your small apartment needing a lot of exercise, but something maybe more like a cat or a smaller dog would be a better fit. So we kind of match around lifestyle, personality, expectations, everything like that.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're not home a lot, you don't want a puppy.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
You know, as cute as puppies are, I mean, how old is Mika?
He's 3 years old.
3 years old.
Yeah.
So he's like a perfect age. He's got a lot of life left in him. And as you can see that he's being very mellow with us now because we had a talk before.
Yeah.
We got to say, like, buddy, you're going to be a TV star. So you got to be as good, you know, you got to be on there. But I mean, so it's an application process that they go through and that sort of thing. So let's talk about, because you don't just have cats and dogs.
No.
Let's talk about the different animals that you have.
Yeah, so we have tons of small animals that come in, from rabbits, guinea pigs. I know earlier in the summer we had 3 skinny pigs, so those are hairless guinea pigs.
Oh, okay.
We got all 3 adopted though, so they went quick actually. Yeah, I think we got tons of small different animals actually.
And do you have the creepier ones too? I'm obviously I'm like a furry person, but yeah.
We haven't had one in a long time.
No. And I don't mean that in a bad way. There are lots of people that like things like mice and rodent. Like, I'm not a rodent person.
Yeah.
And not everybody is, but there are people that love them, right? And,
yeah, for sure.
You know, I mean, ferrets are awfully cute, but do I want one in my house? Probably not, right?
Not,
so,
no.
yeah. So what happens if somebody finds, what should they do if they find just like an animal roaming, especially at this time of year when it's so cold? What should people do?
Yeah, so so anyone can go to the town of Orangeville to learn more about the new animal control services and things like that if they're interested.
He's just
so cute.
He's just making himself comfy for sure. Oh, he's just a natural on TV. He's laying down and having a rest. But yeah, so there definitely is like a process to follow.
Yes, absolutely. The town of Orangeville should have all the information on their website there for you guys. Okay,
because I mean, your first instinct, especially this time of year, when you see like a dog or a cat outside, you want to just bring them in. You know, well, because if they could go out like further in a field somewhere and not be found, and it's so cold and that sort of thing. But there is a process to do it, so do check it out if that's what, you know, if you come across animals that need some assistance and some help, for sure.
So we want to make sure they're okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long have you worked for the SPCA?
So I started in June, right out of school actually. So
okay.
It worked out very well, yeah.
Yeah, so what is it, so tell us a little bit more about what you do specifically.
Yeah, so I am the Community Outreach Coordinator for the Orangeville and District Animal Center. It's actually a very new role in Orangeville. I am the first person to have the role, so it's a lot of ground up work.
Okay.
And basically it's just a way for us to connect with the community better and be able to kind of expand our services rather than just like the dogs and cats and small animals we see in the shelter, and expand to the animals of the community. So whether that's like our monthly nail trim clinics and providing affordable services that way, or creating partnerships, social media, stuff like that.
So we're going to go back to the sweetest day of the year. It's coming up, and we want to talk about that. So if you're not able to make cupcakes or fundraise and that sort of thing, and I say this on every show when we're talking about really important organizations that come on here to talk about what they do and the services that they provide. One of the things you can do is definitely spread the word, right?
Absolutely, yes. It helps more than anyone knows.
Wonderful. So, I mean, honestly, now I'm just thinking about cupcakes. I can't even... Puppies, cupcakes, kittens, cupcakes, that sort of thing. So do you have a lot of pets currently?
Yeah, so we actually have over 40 animals in our care right now. So it's a lot. That's why fundraisers like Cupcake Day is such an important aspect of the work we do, because it really provides such vital resources to allow us to care for these animals.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the animals you get initially, they need a lot more help than others.
Absolutely. There's a long process with a lot of the animals we get before they're even ready for adoption. So it goes a very long way in helping them.
And how can people in the community help with donations other than financial donations? Let's talk about some of the things that maybe people can drop by if they have, when you're going through your house, you're like, I don't need these things anymore, but they can come to you.
Yeah,
and help.
so we're always accepting donations. We always have a towel and blanket drive going on. We do textile drives every, like, I think 4 times a year. And then just getting involved by volunteering, engaging with us on social media, everything like that. It really does go a long way.
I mean, I have several friends and family members that live in different communities, and as soon as there's pictures that pop up that say this little one needs a home, share it. Like, that's all you have to do. Like, go on social media, follow them, and then just share those photos, because there's some amazing animals out there that need a home, and there's some amazing homes that need the animals.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So it must be hard for you. Do you get very attached to the animals?
Oh, it is the best job in the world, but the hardest at the same time. Like this guy, like, I just want to bring him home.
I know we were talking about that. I'm like, I want to bring him home too. But like I said, my big beast at home, it might not go over very, very well. So, but if you're thinking about adopting a pet, or you just want to find a way to help and give back, please reach out. The website's on the screen right now. Reach out and give them a call, send them an email, whatever it needs to be, because there are different ways that you can help. Whether it's dropping off towels and blankets and food, like, do you accept things like that?
Yeah, we have actually a pet pantry right in the Orangeville and District Animal Center, where if you have extra food laying around or you want to donate some pet food, we go and we give it back to the community who is looking for pet food or can't really afford pet food for the time being.
And that's really important, because things are really expensive now.
Yes.
And the cost of living is going up, and the cost of everything's going up. And there are people that love their pets dearly, and just they're in a spot where they're not able to help. And I know some of the food banks will help with that as well, but it's good to know that you're able to help with that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We try really hard to keep pets and families together. It's one of our main goals.
Well, yes, because, I mean, then they're coming to you, and then you're trying to rehome them. And a lot of these people love their pets. It's just,
and you don't
want to separate them, for sure.
No.
All right, so I'm going to let you tell us the date and the information about Cupcake Day. We've got a little bit less than a minute to go before we're done.
Absolutely. So officially, the sweetest day of the year is February 24th. That is the official day for Cupcake Day, but you can do anything for Cupcake Day all through January and February. So if you want to do a cupcake party every weekend up until the 24th, you can. It's all up to you. One of the best things about Cupcake Day is it really is whatever you make it out to be. So get as creative as you want, bake as much as you want, get as involved as you want, and just kind of make it what you want it to be.
Absolutely. And you know what? Take pictures and post it.
Yes.
Do that as well, because that's always very helpful for that. Shannon and Mika, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
It was truly my pleasure. We're going to have you back soon, with some other furry friends. But don't you guys go anywhere. We'll be right back. So yeah, there's